Okay, hi everyone. I just want to go over a few things. So we are in week number 7, and you all received an email from me stating that if I have not been receiving your posts for discussion board, then you are being counted as absent in the course. So you should have received a starfish. And, I hate sending those starfishes. But on the other hand, if you're not in the class and you're not participating, you're not getting out of this course what you need. So please do get in touch with me and we can certainly talk about that. We can go over anything that is confusing to you or that you're unsure about. However, if you've missed 20% or less, or more of this class, obviously 20% to 0, then it's an automatic failure. So anyway, sorry to start off on a bad note here, but those of you who are watching this video, most likely you have been participating, and thank you for that. I'm really impressed by what I've been reading so far of your posts. And what I've done is, as you know, on the 18th, your final assignment for poetry is due. Now that is going to count for a chunk of your grades. So you definitely want to do a bang up job on that one. And I have asked that you make an appointment at the Writing Center, and all of you, who did the quiz told me when that date is. So once you've met with the Writing Center, what you will do is revise your essay, and then you will go over here to discussion, and you will, I have a discussion for that essay once you've revised it, so that then I can comment on it. Okay. Do know that you have a grace period of a week. So you have until the 25th to post your final draft. However, after the 25th, I can no longer accept your essays, for full credit. So just be sure that between the 18th and the 25th, you get that essay in. So let's say, my commentary, once you get that, you want to be using that to revise as well. So it's not that you're just getting it and, not doing anything with it. Obviously, you are taking that commentary into consideration as you revise, and that will go on to your process narrative. Okay, so let's see here. So for the process narrative, you all watched the video on that. Under weekly content folder 8, you can see what is expected for that. So, you're writing both the essay, and you are then following the process narrative guidelines. You are answering all of these questions, okay? And you really want to answer them in a robust way, right? So it's not just a few word answers, right? You're really showing me that you have thought about the process, that you've taken into consideration everything we've been discussing, and that you've applied that to the essay that you're writing. So, you definitely want to carefully, work on this process narrative. And then the rubric that I will be using to grade is here. So you should, this essay demonstrates an awareness of how to create a strong and compelling thesis, and so on. Okay. The other thing that you are doing is an audio for your final assignment. So in other words, you are reading out both the essay as well as the process narrative. So again, if you go on to weekly content folder 8, you will see when it is due on the 18th and what is expected. And, again, if there are any questions around that, please let me know, because it's really important that you get this in on time and that it's done to the full extent. So, that's pretty much what our housekeeping is. Let me just toggle back here to where we are in fiction. So, we're starting our fiction unit, which is exciting. And I know you guys are probably getting a little tired of My Papa's Waltz and thinking about that. However, so much of what you learned from that, right, what we've talked about in terms of language, in terms of even, narrative, that's kind of a narrative poem, right? We get a little bit of a story in there, will be applicable now that you're going into fiction. So one of the reasons I start out with poetry is because I want you to pay attention to language and how language works in a poem, because so much of that will also, come into play as we think about fiction. So you're reading for the 11th, you're going to be reading The Metamorphosis the Velt, and I'm asking you to watch these videos below and to just sort of think about Gregor's transformation in the Metamorphosis into a monstrous vermin. How is it read symbolically? So that's the question that you are going to be responding to in discussion board number 10. Okay. Then, following along with our regular posting on Wednesday and Friday, and please try to post, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It really is easier for you than to try to do it all in one day. Okay. So that way you're going to keep up with the readings and keep up with the postings. All right. Until next time, we will meet again on video. But, I would really love to meet with all of you at some point. I have met with some of you, which has been lovely. And I would like to meet with all of you at some point. So, please do be in touch and let me know when would be a good time, and we can go over any questions that you have.